All right, so let's look at a couple more rational equations and then how to solve them. So first we have x minus 5 over x plus 1 is equal to 3/5. So same idea in terms of recognizing that you just have essentially fractions that you want to make the denominators the same or eliminate them completely. And what we're going to do is essentially multiply the opposite numerators by these denominators. Because they'll cancel themselves out. It's the same as multiplying this by 5 over 5 and this by x plus 1 over x plus 1 and then working its way out, or going about it the long way, but this is much quicker. So then this will just end up looking like 5 times x minus 5 on the left being equal to 3 times x plus 1 on the right. Then from here, you just got to solve for x. And you can just make sure you distribute properly. So we get 5x minus 25 being equal to 3x plus 3. Oops. 3x plus 3. Let's take away 3x from both sides. And then let's add the 25. Taking away 3x, we get 2x minus 25 equals 3. Let's add 25 to both sides. And we'll get we'll get 2x is equal to 28. And dividing by 2, we'll get that x is equal to 14. And especially if you're doing this on a test, like, be sure to check your answer, because that's always a good way to make sure you did this right. If you plug 14 into here, we'll get 14 minus 5, which will be 9 over 15. And you can then do the math or reduce this both by 3. That is going to be 3/5. So then we're confident this is correct. And that's what's nice about these types of equations. You can check on a test to see if you did them right, as long as you have enough time to do so. All right, let's look at number 5. Okay, so here we have the denominators of x and x minus 5. So what we want to do is essentially multiply all the tops by x minus 5 and by x. That way they can all eliminate. Technically, it's just like trying to get the same denominators, but they will cancel out. So let's just do it all over and like on this next step. So for this first guy, what we're going to have is x plus 5 over x plus 5 times 60 over x minus the 60 over x minus 5. Oh, no, this should be an x minus 5. That was my mistake. X minus 5. And now for this group, we're going to multiply by x over x. And what I'm going to do, a magic trick here. I'm going to make the other problem disappear. Pretty cool, eh? And then 2 over x. We're going to multiply that by x minus 5 over x minus 5. Now, the reason why we care about this is because essentially, like, when they all have the same denominators, you can actually just ignore them. I mean, technically you could do the cross multiplying where you multiply the top by x minus 5 and this one by x and this one by x minus 5, and it's going to just end up being the same way. Meaning if I just go through this whole thing and work it out, it's going to cancel out. So in other words, let's just jump straight to the next step, trusting that all of these go away. And what we have on top first is the x minus 5 times 60 So let's be sure to multiply both those by the 60. So we'll have 60x minus 60 times 5, so minus 300. That first group minus the second group is just 60 times x, so minus 60x equal to, and let's just distribute this 2 and the x minus 5 there, so 2x minus 10. And then you can see from here how it's going to work out. 60x minus 60x, those will cancel. So all you really have is negative 300 being equal to 2x minus 10. Let's just go ahead and add 10 to both sides. So we'll get negative 290 is equal to 2x. Since you get rid of that. And then divide both sides by 2. And you'll get that x is negative 145. I don't know why I squeezed it over here, but I did. And there you go. Negative 145. And again, you can still check this. I'm just not going to because I want to make sure I use your time to focus on this next one. All right, here we have a case where it's kind of like this one, but different because we're going to need to factor this one out and see that this is actually, I'm going to write it all out. This is actually 16 over x minus 5 times x plus 5. So then what we're missing is the x plus 5 or x minus 5 from each group, one or the other. Here we're missing the x minus 5. So we're going to multiply this by x minus 5 over x minus 5 times 2 over x plus 5 plus 1 over x minus 5 there, and then this will be multiplied by x plus 5 over x plus 5, and that'll be equal to 16. And this factors out to the x minus 5 times x plus 5. Okay, now again, kind of like here, pretty much the same thing. When you have the same denominator all across, you don't really have to acknowledge it. You can just kind of ignore them. We can work it all out and we'll go through it, but it'll just take extra steps. So just, I guess you guys gotta trust me. Then we really just gotta work on the top now. So we're just working on 2 then times the x minus 5. And so here we'll get 2x minus 10 for that first part. Let me maybe adjust this camera so you can see this better. There you go. Get a different marker. Plus the 1 times x plus 5 is not an issue. That just becomes x plus 5. Is just equal to 16, which we got here. And then from there, we just got to solve this. 2x plus x, that makes a 3x. And then minus 10 plus 5 makes a minus 5 is equal to 16. And this just becomes your basic, elementary school equation. Add the 5, get 21. 3x equals 21. Usually don't write this messy, I promise. Because glare is getting to me. 3x equals 21, and then you divide by 3, and of course, then your x value is equal to 7. All right, there you go. So I hope that helps. Good luck. And subscribe.